Nobody else is on, right?
All right.
Okay.
No action.
No action from executive session. Number 8, department managers report.
All right, and I'm going to cover the operations outside managers
Yeah.
report as well, because Brett is out sick this evening. So, and maybe while I'm doing my verbal report, you guys could tee up the PowerPoint thing.
It's gonna be on.
Okay, fine.
So I can do this.
If you can do that and get it on the screen while I'm doing this, that's great. So,
That's easy.
and obviously the financial report's been received. I don't know if you got anything from the executive session discussion you want to share with me, or now or later, but anyway.
She was very positive.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
good. I appreciate that.
Keep your eye on purchase power costs.
Yes.
I know you do that.
I do. I wish it was something I could actually do about it.
I know. Anyway.
It's like watching a train wreck occur
Right.
in front of you, but.
She didn't seem to think there was any
Let's,
issues with policies and procedures.
Okay.
She thought,
In terms of what we can do, let's stand up a solar company and start installing solar on. all
Yeah,
of
we
our
got,
houses.
we have to get our own
And
generation
generate.
going on.
Right.
Right.
right?
And let's also stand up a rebate program to install heat pumps in everybody's house,
Okay,
because that's
okay. Well, those are things,
just gonna make
definitely
us
policy
sell
things
them
we
more
can talk
power.
about
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
do, yes.
I mean, it's
absolutely.
things that I've mentioned in the past.
I know you
Just
have, I know you have.
Half
Alright.
joke, but half real.
Understood. Well, if you want to talk about like vision and things there, I really want to redo a hydro capability. Even if it's just run-of-river hydro, we're not going to ever get to the point where we can like build
Yeah,
it.
actually put
But,
it down.
but anyway,
Yeah.
another time,
I'm
we'll
there,
talk
I'm
about
there
that.
too, I'm there too.
Okay, very good. All right, so we got the audit done. We applied for the 7.2% rate increase. It's actually gonna be effective June 1st, not July 1st, as we normally do, because we filed it early.
Oh, good.
And, so we'll see what happens. The PUC and DPS did the normal process, which is DPS requested an investigation. That is normal, and then the PUC considers it. It gives DPS time to evaluate it. But everything that we proposed for the 7.2 was entirely power cost related. There's no other moving variables from the last time we did a rate increase last year. So I don't know what they'll do, but they should just approve it. We did get a final agreement from Okemo, finally. And also, I learned today that Light Shift that was gonna do the battery got their final lease agreement too. So somebody finally started
Oh.
paying attention out in Colorado.
Great.
The end of
And-
the ski season.
Right,
Right.
and signed off on these two
Yeah.
things. So that's good.
That's wonderful.
That is wonderful. And the battery project is, I think, a really important component to us being able to shave the peaks off of things. And we will be in charge of that. So
When
that's
do we think
also-
that's gonna get underway?
Okay, that's why.
Don't know that answer yet. I don't know that answer yet. I don't know where their certificate of public good application process is.
It's on.
I don't even
that
know
flash
actually
drive.
if they started it because they were waiting for just the lease before they could start. So
Does that have to?
I'll have a better answer for
Well,
you next month.
Does that have to go
One
through
more
the DRB?
reason. It's on the-
It does not need to go through local zoning, I don't, or planning, I don't believe.
I don't think so, no.
It's on their property, it's not a building, it's not a structure, I don't know. But I think that's something to check into. It's a
Yeah,
good,
just
it's a
in
good
case,
question. Nothing new on the rate redesign for the residential demand tariff, other than we've started discussions with VEPSA, but we haven't moved forward at all.
Yep, so I'll sign in the Outlook. And do it that way.
Over the last weekend, Memorial Day weekend, the roof was
Nothing
redone
is working.
at the shop, along with the
Saw that.
fascia and soffits, which actually looked really ugly, so that was more of a concern to me than others. So that's in nice shape, it's done, and that was part of the budget, so
Yeah.
That is good.
How about the air conditioning?
Yeah, so we'll get into that.
Oh,
Right, so the
okay.
air
It's on here.
conditioner.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
The air conditioner, I'll jump to that. The air conditioner failed week before last, and after many restarts, we kept restarting it, kept working for a little bit, and then it completely failed. So today, I don't know if you remember last year when it was so hot in the shop, we started the concept and conversation about doing a mini split
It is.
heat
It's a little
pump
slow.
in there.
Mhm.
They actually came today to do that, so while they were there, we had them come look at ours, at the office, and we'll get a proposal from them. This is Masters. I told them we were gonna have to probably get other bids as well. But the reality is that we're gonna need to replace the air conditioner at the office. It is low on Freon, and a Freon that is no longer made. And if you tried to buy it, would be very expensive. And so it's more likely that we're gonna ask to replace that. That is not a budgeted item in our system at the moment, so stay tuned. We'll be back with you in terms of that. But right now, it's a beautiful day, the windows are open, and it's lovely temperature, so we're all good. Okay?
You should be ours at the end of the week.
Yeah, yeah. So roof replacement went well. Originally, the bid was just for the roof alone, but they replaced all the fascia boards as part of it for the same price, so I was pretty pleased. We'll go into the quarterly budget if you want, in more detail, but what I was trying to provide you with this was our 2026 budget, our first quarter budget, which sometimes is only a quarter of it, but sometimes it's modified because sometimes there are more expenses in the winter than there are in the summer. So you'll see the quarter budget and then our actual expenditures and the variance. And what I'd say is it comes down to the same thing, which is that we have lower sales than we thought we were going to have in terms of electricity, and the power cost is more than we thought we were gonna have. Everything else is.
Do we have less customers?
Not less
It's
customers,
setting things up.
but for some reason, lower sales. And maybe it's a result of customer response to the price increase, but not really sure how they do that.
Okay.
So I think there's more research that we need to do there. Because right now, I don't know the answer to that.
Okay.
We haven't seen substantial, like, uptick in efficiency Vermont rebates and things in our area.
Not that I've seen, no. No. And you would think, yes, we have seasonal changes here, right? But they're not different this year than any other year, I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, the trend overall, but maybe
Yeah.
not substantially different from
But-
last year.
Can I say, just in general, as an ongoing utility, particularly as we, and I don't feel badly about saying this, because particularly as we increase our power in renewable energy, right? Not carbon-based, not coal, not oil, that we should sell more electricity. That should be our goal. Because we're not gonna increase our territory. So people, if you are going to make this utility structurally sound, you need to sell enough electricity to cover your costs. We're not currently doing that. We can increase our rates, which we're doing, but it's always a year behind. So, and we can cut costs, which we also are working on, as we talked about last month in executive session. There are things I'm doing to try and deal with that. But the fundamental equation is, we need to sell more electricity at a fair rate in order to to change this balance sheet from negative to positive. All right, so actually, before I leave this, because this is all I was going to talk about in terms of the quarterly budget, do you have any questions about this sheet at the moment?
Just explain the bottom line.
Bottom line
Yes.
is, we are down about $230,000
Yes,
in the
okay.
quarter. 240,000 in the quarter.
In the quarter. And I see where some of that may generate into the second quarter.
Yes, and also some of this will be, some of these expenses are planned to be reimbursed by grants.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
So that'll be
that
my
doesn't, that
grant.
can't,
Yeah.
that was not accommodated here.
Okay.
But it's, yeah, the bottom line is we're selling less power, and the power is costing us more than we budgeted.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line.
Yeah, that's 280,000.
Yeah, and everything else is pretty much in line.
If not under,
Yeah. All right. Next thing on my report is that I am working on an annual report, which we did not do last year.
Mhm.
Probably because I didn't realize we had ever done them before, but since I started, but I think it is a good thing to
Yeah.
do,
Yeah, I
and
think so.
I think we have a good story to tell. So I'm working on that in a draft. I
Mhm.
couldn't do it before the audit was complete, but now that it is, probably in the next month, I'll work with you primarily, Shannon, in terms of like what you want the messaging to be, but we'll bring it back to all of you, right, to see what you wanna say in it. I think it's a great story to tell, and it's also, since it's 2025, it is the 125th anniversary of the utility.
Yep.
So I think that's something to celebrate. Similarly, in terms of storytelling, I mentioned that we are working with VEPSA. This is primarily a result of the Department of Public Services' interest in looking at municipal utilities as a result of the Hyde Park, not Hyde Park either.
Yeah, it is.
Is it Hyde Park? Thank you.
yeah, you're talking about the
Yeah,
Yeah.
bad situation, DPS looking
collapse.
into that.
Yeah.
So VEPSA is supporting this kind of public outreach for what public utilities do. And so we're sharing stories with them. We're working with Momentum, this is their consultant, shared the bear story of like
Yeah.
with pictures, so that's good, it's all good.
Nice.
So anyway, I think that will be a positive thing that we will be able to glom onto for future work. All right, we talked about the air conditioner. I don't know if you want to talk about the fact that we actually had to disconnect 2 customers last month.
I'm just curious, did you hear back from them or reconnect them or?
Only
They-
one, the smaller one, is in Florida and is like,
Okay.
fine, I'll deal with it when I get back.
Okay,
So that's,
okay. I
Not
just
bad.
didn't want to think of
but
someone.
the other one is very significant, and the other one is in a tax lien, well, it was in foreclosure anyway. And he had made a representation that he was gonna pay and then pulled it back. But that was not atypical over the last 2 years. Say that you're gonna pay something and then pull it back from the bank, actually doing it. So, I was in communication with Department of Public Service. They thanked me for letting them know. They did not have any complaints about how we were treating this person. But it's been off entirely for now 3 weeks probably. And since the house itself is in tax lien, foreclosure, sale, whatever, I doubt that that's gonna be reinstated, and eventually we will send this on to collections, but, pretty annoying.
Okay.
That's where we are.
Do we have a lien?
Yes,
Mechanics lien?
we filed a lien, this past week, we filed a lien for that, okay. Which cost us $15 for the first time. And it's like, normally they let you.
No, we've always had to pay it, but normally we pay it, they bill us after. This time we had to pay it before they would put the lien on.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
All right, so I guess we're not trusted to, yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
we add that to the lien?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, well,
That,
that,
actually, that, yes.
I wanted to add that and an annoyance charge, but nobody would let me do an annoyance charge.
5% administrative.
Yeah, exactly. I guess then, just to let you know, we met with TDS, we don't have a resolution of this, but, you know, we have 30 phone lines floating around, including one they discovered at the Commonwealth Station today, that isn't working. We need to get a handle on that, our cell phones, and figure out, like, what makes sense in terms of going forward for phone lines. Then, you know, I just wanna say in terms of the grant that we applied for originally for the SCADA project, but I pulled that back because VEPSA's gonna do a SCADA project and we're kind of first in line for that. I reapplied for vegetative management under the grid grant project, and that probably would pay about $70,000 toward the equipment that we wanna get to support Brett and his crew doing the vegetative management work. We're not gonna hear from, so the state has a program where you can buy equipment as a municipal entity at a 2% interest rate, which is great. But they're not gonna decide this until June. July 1st, the price of this equipment's going to go up. I'm exploring whether we should finance with CAT, the people who are manufacturing the equipment, do that first, and if I can pay that back without penalty, I might do that sooner, just to let you know,
Yeah.
so that we have,
Yeah, just to be sure that we get it up.
because
Yeah.
at $189,000, 2% is $3,000 or $4,000. It may make the difference on the interest,
Right.
you know, so
Right.
Yeah.
we should, anyway, that is happening. Talked about the
Is there
SCADA
any-
project.
Any conversation on that note just with the town about, like, doing work for them?
Oh, interesting. No, we have not had that.
Just
discussion.
contracting out?
No, we have not
That
had.
was, I had a note on
Did
that
you?
as well.
Okay, I'll take that note.
Just
That's-
thinking with the tree advisory committee and.
Yeah, good idea.
That's a good idea.
If we're gonna have this equipment, if we can give them a good rate, but
Yeah,
we can,
Still have income coming.
yeah, get something back from them to do it for them cheaper than they could otherwise do it somewhere else.
yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
I think that's a great idea. I think, there are two ways that could happen, both of which I think are good ideas. One is we take on work that they want us to do, right? That would be easiest. Or two, we let them use the equipment at a different rate with their personnel. Because the problem I have here
Yeah.
is I'm basically paying linemen
Yeah.
$100,000 a year to do all this other stuff,
Yes,
right?
Mhm.
we are aware.
Yes,
Yeah.
Right?
yeah.
We are aware.
So, and there's a balance, right? Because you don't, we talked about this before, and I don't wanna get too much into it on personnel basis, but, there is a balance. There's all the line work that needs to be done, and then there will be downtime. During that downtime, you do want them to do other stuff, right?
Yeah.
But I don't want people at that rate and capability and quality spending most of their time doing other stuff. So this is a conversation we're gonna have to have
Agreed.
moving forward, okay?
Yeah.
And if we take on too much of this other work and it artificially inflates the labor hours that we think we need, and we have positions just because we're actually doing,
Yes,
Right, yeah.
yes.
yeah,
So we're all, I think we're all on the same page.
Yeah,
But this is
absolutely.
gonna require further analysis, and I think, yeah, I'm just gonna leave it there for now,
yeah, yeah,
okay?
understood.
Mhm.
Cool. So, did I get through the list? Yes. We worked on the merger document legislation. Logan, I don't know if you have an update, but it seems like it's now kind of tabled for the year.
Yeah, I think we were kind of running up against the clock, and then there was a
Yeah.
bit of a miscommunication with our representative, and it didn't get passed along. I don't think it would have mattered anyway. It's
Yeah.
not, I don't blame him or put any fault.
No.
But, yeah, he didn't get it in time to send it off to the lawyers, and then the lawyer now doesn't feel the need to adjust because they think they're gonna adjourn today or tomorrow.
Right, it was pretty close,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so,
And they don't think at this point, things could change if they were to go back for a veto session, but at this point, the governor is signaling that he's not gonna veto the budget, and so they probably won't.
right.
Yeah, well, anything can change, the governor can be kind of flip on a
Unpredictable.
moment's notice on those things at times, but, yeah, for now, it sounds like it's probably done for the year, and, we'll just have to keep our fingers crossed
Yeah.
that they take it up first thing in January.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
But the bill has been introduced, or
Mhm.
not?
No.
No, it's
No, it has not.
still in committee?
No, we had
It's not even in committee?
We had made edits, suggested edits to
Yeah.
the lawyer, and the lawyer, by the time he got them, he decided that he didn't feel the need to, he wasn't gonna have time to get them ready before they're going to adjourn.
Okay,
And so he's not even gonna consider our edits until like September.
okay.
Okay.
So then, this is a question, I don't know the answer to this. Aren't we starting a new biennium in January?
Yes.
So doesn't everything have to start completely over at that point?
Yeah, I mean, what we've drafted stays in existence.
It's there,
It's there,
okay.
but, technically it may, our representative may not be reelected, it may be somebody new. This is a conversation that I've had with Penny many times, but, I knew and had a lot of experience with a lot of people that were up there this session.
Mhm.
A lot of them are leaving. And so it's gonna be a whole new legislature next year,
Right,
whole new committee chair. Yeah, I'm a little more, it's a little bit more of a wild card. I still think charter changes in general
it
are,
should be.
they go
okay.
through pretty easily, but it'll be a new legislature. I know that committee will have a lot of new members.
Okay,
And so it may take them a couple months to get up to speed before they pass anything.
yeah,
And so, I've been hoping to get it through this year, just so that we had more uncertainty going into, like, town meeting, like, we don't
Less
have to
uncertainty.
reelect trustees, we
Right,
don't have to do
right.
things like that.
Yeah,
Now it feels like it'll probably pass, and it'll probably pass, fine, but we won't know right away, and we won't be able to plan too much in advance.
okay, thank you for that update.
Chris, I just want to, and Lisa can put this in my folder, I'd like to see the agreement for the EV charger.
Oh, sure.
Once it's been signed,
Yeah,
I'd just like
okay,
to read
Yeah,
it.
yeah, and by the way, that's a three-step process, just,
Okay.
so Green Mountain Power is doing the grant, the town is receiving the grant, we're paying the money to do it and getting reimbursed from the town
Okay.
that will get reimbursed from the
That's-
grant.
I just would
So
like to
it's-
see that.
Happy to,
I
happy to
read that
share
whole
that.
email, and I was like,
Yeah.
it just sounds so unnecessarily
It
complicated.
is unnecessarily complicated,
Yeah.
but I will be happy to share that, thank you.
Okay.
But okay, yeah.
Okay, so last but not least, for Brett's point, Brett was gonna raise with you today that the Commonwealth substation needs help. I went out there with Jeff Crosby today, looked at it. The building actually, which is kind of historic, it was the original building and the original kind of shop that they had. And it's in pretty good shape, actually. I think it's structurally sound. After talking with Jeff Crosby and Brett, we agree the building does not need to be torn down. There are some fundamental structural things that need to be done, and it needs to be cleaned out. And now, I will ask my PowerPoint presenter to put on some of the pictures that we took. So, this is the outside of the building.
This is all today.
Oh, can we go back? Yeah, this is all today.
Not easily.
You can't go back.
That was at the
Oh,
end.
that was the whole presentation. There you go. You saw all the slides.
Okay, hold
All right.
on.
So,
Here you go.
thank you. So,
This is the last
this
slide.
is the building.
This is just the title page.
Which is nice, but this, yeah,
Yeah.
it's great. I'm glad we're starting here.
I'm just moving the flag so we get a.
Oh, okay, that's
Oh,
fine. Yeah.
It should be moved in general, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a thing that happens.
That should be good.
Yeah.
All right, sorry.
No, you're good,
That's
you're
right.
good, you're good.
That's
I'm full of
great.
interruptions.
That's okay. That's okay.
Appreciate
All
your
right,
effort.
so this building, to my understanding, I don't know the history of it, but my understanding is this was an original building from Ludlow Electric when it started, or close. And kind of their shop, this is where they worked out of. Structurally, the building actually is in very good shape. At some point, in my opinion, they must have jacked it up or moved it, because the foundations and the sonotubes that it's on are newer, and they're sound. So there's no structural issue there.
Okay.
There are holes in the floor, there are holes where big rodents are getting in. We can move on to the,
Did you get one, picture of one?
no, we didn't
Oh.
get a picture of one, but I got a picture of something more even more disgusting than that.
Oh, I saw that already.
There's stuff all over the place. I don't know why, but every time they took, like, these are mercury vapor street lamps that were
Mhm.
taken down. And they stored them here instead of getting rid of them. We can keep going, thank you. Insulators, compressors, broken glass from things that are there, keep going. Wires, tubes, broken windows, but the building is secure. Most of this stuff, like, I asked Jeff Crosby, like, how much of this, like, can you use at this point? And he was like, maybe 5 to 10% of it.
Huh.
Jesus,
Keep
that's
going.
so old.
It's, so this is the,
The toilet for,
for the
Raccoons.
raccoons,
yeah,
and it's on a shelf, And evidently, I didn't know raccoons like to use the same place over and over again, but evidently they do. But that's the issues.
It's kind
But
of
there
clean in
is
its
stuff.
own way, you know.
Yeah, thank you for moving on.
It's okay.
There is stuff here, and on the right side, there are boxes of things that actually are brand new, except they're 25 years old.
Right.
So this is the inside of this really structurally sound building. I guess we can keep going. And very little of it can be used.
So to fast forward,
Yep.
is it safe to go in there and clean it out?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
So that could be scheduled in somebody's time?
Yes, and this is not, there are, the only structural things that I think need to be repaired is where you see Jeff there,
Mhm.
there's some erosion coming down off the road underneath that, and there's a floor, some of the floor places need to be repaired to keep the raccoons out, right? But it's relatively minor.
Now, a lot of this stuff that we can't use, can this be scrapped or
It's gotta be scrapped,
And I
and
think
yes.
some of it could be considered antique, and we could sell to an
Right,
antique.
so there's an interesting thing, because there are some old meters in there that we saw. And Jeff and I were both like, oh, if we actually straighten this place out, you could like make a wall of these old meters from 100 years ago, and that would be really interesting. But right now, it's not structurally or functionally able to do that until we clean it out.
Do we, yeah, but I guess, do we need this building, and does it have a
Yeah.
purpose?
Evidently, we don't need it because stuff has been stuffed in there for 50 years and nothing's ever been taken out. On the other hand, it is the original building of Ludlow Electric. So I think we could make it into something useful.
Yep,
It could be useful. We need to clean it out. We need to secure it from big rodents. In Vermont, you never get rid of the little
No.
rodents.
Mhm.
But, keep the raccoons and porcupines out. And then decide what to do with it. And if they knew what was stored in there, then it would be a useful thing for them to take things out of. But right now, they have no idea what's in there. And it's been, as I said, Jeff has worked with us for 20 years. He says, I've never taken anything out of here.
So
use.
would this be a project for Brett to do with his people?
I think over time, except for that, first of all, two things. One, it's not an emergency.
Right,
There's no structural failure here that I'm worried
and
about.
no one's going in there?
And no one's going in there. Two, I think we should figure out the best way to clean it out. Again, kind of going back to the lineman, I don't really want to pay somebody
yeah.
at that
Well, I
level
was just gonna say, I
to
know
be
of like
cleaning that out.
3 or 4 people that have
So-
businesses that just do this.
Yeah, I'd rather check out those people
Yeah.
and then have one person say, oh yeah, that
I'll
can
take
go, or this can stay,
Right.
right? This
Yeah.
needs to
Right.
stay. So this is gonna be a longer term project, but I wanted to
Okay.
bring this to your attention because Brett raised it as like, we're really gonna have to do something with this building soon. And I think the three of us, me, Jeff, and Brett, all talked and agreed that the building itself is structurally sound. We don't need to do anything in an emergency basis
Okay.
for this.
What is the, like, overall footprint, square footage?
I wanna say it's about 50 feet long and about 25 feet wide. There was an
Yeah, that
addition
sounds right.
evidently on the back part that added another piece that you can't see here, but, yeah.
So is it feasible to work on getting it cleaned out, come up with some kind of ballpark estimate for
Yes, for
next year's
fixing.
budget?
Yes, I think that's a good idea.
Okay.
So this definitely is a capital budget issue, and it should be added to the budget and dealt with. So we'll work on doing two things. We'll work on cleaning it out, hopefully somebody who will pay us for the material, not having to pay them, but maybe it'll just be zero.
Yeah, that's just
Yeah. And
There's a
then-
lot of stuff. I mean, if
There's
you
a
think
lot
about
of stuff
the
in
cost
there.
of copper right now, the cost of
Right.
all that.
There's a
Yeah,
ton-
but somebody, there's a cost to having somebody
Yeah,
common
get it.
haul it.
but I'm not supportive of our guys going in there and
I-
doing
That's
this.
why I
agree.
totally agree.
Yeah,
I
there's
feel like
plenty of-
there's,
I
I know
too.
3 or 4 people.
Right.
Yeah, I
So
do,
let's,
yeah.
so
This
I'm
is
gonna
just-
explore so I will explore some of those to see what they can take, and then basically have Jeff Crosby or some other knowledgeable person say, no, let's keep that, no, we're never gonna
Yeah.
use those,
Yeah, yeah.
and,
Yeah,
Yes,
and
yeah.
do that,
Sounds good.
kind of
Yeah.
pointing, okay.
perfect.
I think there's a value, sentimental value, historic value in trying to hold on to it if we
Okay.
can do that.
And as I say,
That
there's
makes
nothing,
sense.
doesn't seem to be anything really wrong with the building, other than there are a few holes that big rodents can get
The
into.
roof is okay. and-
Yeah.
The roof is okay?
You just
The
don't want
structure is
anybody to
okay.
get hurt in there.
No, and I don't think, I
Which-
did ask Jeff this, I said, has there ever been any vandalism or anything like that here? And he goes, no, he said somebody at one point broke a window in the back. You can't see it from here, but it's similar to the front, and then they just boarded up all the windows.
Maybe it should say, no, I don't know. You
Yeah, no
take care of
trespassing.
it.
There's a sign there that
Yeah.
says,
Oh, okay.
high voltage, don't
Oh,
come in.
okay, okay.
Yeah, even though there is no.
You know,
Yeah.
I
Is
just,
there any power?
I shouldn't say that
I-
on the, on,
Well, there
I
is
find
on
it
the-
interesting
That's
that
on
the shop up on 100 North is immaculate.
yes.
That, it's just
Yes.
interesting.
And I did ask Jeff, I said, so of the 5% or 10% of stuff here that's useful,
Yeah.
could you move it to the shop? Do you have space for it? And he goes, I don't know. So I still feel like this would be useful if it was cleaned out and organized, and then you
Inventory.
knew what was there, you inventoried it,
Mhm.
and the people that needed parts knew that those parts
Yes.
were there to go
Yeah.
and pick up.
Yeah.
I think it would.
I
so-
wonder if there's a different function for it too, though.
What are you thinking?
I don't know, I'm just thinking about its proximity to the substation and
Yeah.
those other things, and whether there's enough room for like a battery system or something.
Oh, there might be.
We
yeah,
talked about
okay.
property, not having any property where you could even put a battery with those, when those lead shift people were there.
Yep.
And just its proximity to that substation seems like it would make it an ideal candidate for something like that, if there's enough, I don't know if there's even enough space or how much space that takes. but-
Yeah.
Well, also,
We can explore
are we
that.
renting storage containers, or do we own the?
We
Not that-
own them.
Not that I know of. Yeah, we're
Okay.
not renting them.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff in there. So I'll say this, which I don't mind saying on public TV, which is that this visit made me feel better about my own house with my barn. I feel like has too much stuff
Yeah,
in
you
it.
shouldn't say that. Well, appreciate
Fair
the
enough.
photos and the PowerPoint.
Yeah.
Well,
Nice.
thank Lisa for the
Presentation.
PowerPoint. I took the photos, but I felt like I thought that was the best way to show you
Yeah.
what's
Yeah.
going
Yeah,
on.
Yeah.
absolutely.
So, do you need anything formal from
No,
us?
no, I
Okay.
don't think so. Thank you.
All right.
So that is my manager's report, and Brett's management report.
In regards to your report, I just want to comment on, we talked briefly before about the website.
Yes.
And I think it's great to work on our site because I think it could be improved. And the only caution that I have is you have very capable people, just don't overload.
So here's the thing that I will say, even though we shouldn't talk about personnel in open session, but since she's here, I will say it out loud. She's very capable. I have to
Understand.
stop her from taking on new tasks.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Exactly. I hear that. She knows that. I tell her that almost every day. So I gotcha.
Okay,
We're
all right.
we're on that.
Yes, both things are, I
Yeah.
just wanted
Yeah.
to say yes.
I appreciate that. And maybe if she hears it from all of us, she'll stop.
Don't raise your hand all the time.
Exactly.
I really try not
Be
to.
careful
No,
where
you
you go.
don't. You don't. No, thank you, Logan.
Everybody else
Exactly. No, you
does.
don't.
We're all aware.
Volunteers for stuff, so.
Okay.
Leave
All right,
it.
well, anyway, I understand the point, and it's
Okay.
well taken, and I'm trying my best.
Okay. That was my other business.
All right, that was other business.
Fair enough.
Well, then shall we move on to adjourn? Is there anything else anyone has?
Yeah, move to adjourn.
Well, I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
We adjourn at 6:05 PM.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Could
Yeah.
Lisa, too?
Yeah. Thanks.